Hey there, kaiju diehards. It's Heidi from Channeling Spirits. Godzilla. Since 1956, he has held the epithet of King of the Monsters. But is this really true? Does Godzilla's record of going toe-to-toe really match his Titanic tagline, or has this legacy been wrongly bestowed on him? To fully answer this, we are going to break down a film series spanning 65 years into its various eras and explore exactly how successful he is. We are going to have a cumulative count rather than breaking down each individual in the species. Some bouts will undoubtedly be victories or defeats, and for the others, we will be acting as the referee and make the final call.
Ready? Fight!
Let's go to the very beginning with 1954's Gojira. The atomic beast debuted in this film, and we don't intend to document every encounter, only to highlight his heavyweight bouts. The first appearance, worth noting, comes amid a typhoon on Odo Island. Unopposed, Godzilla decimated this island in the middle of a natural disaster, so we're making the call, no contest. The big guy travels north and terrorizes local ships before surfacing in Tokyo Bay. He tramples a train and then returns to the sea. Godzilla makes landfall once again, making little work of the defensive electric fences. The full force of the JSDF does little to halt him, and he rampages several districts. The kaiju topples landmarks and takes several lives. Even an airborne retaliation isn't effective. The outcome is clear. Victory. The experiments of Dr. Serizawa have proven to destroy all life when released in water. With the dire threat of Godzilla, he is begged to use the oxygen destroyer. The moral implications of using a super weapon to stop a natural disaster weigh heavily on Serizawa. Ultimately, Serizawa sacrifices himself to ensure the secrets to his weapon cannot be repeated. The result leaves only Godzilla's skeletal remains and ends his reign with defeat. Fight record: 1 win, 1 loss, 1 no contest. A year later, a new member of the Godzilla species would arise to threaten Japan. In Godzilla Raids Again, a plane looking for tuna fish stumbles onto the titanic battle of Godzilla and Anguillus. Evenly matched, the dorsal-finned theropod drops with the Ankylosaurus into the sea. With both creatures later being shown with amphibious nature, there is no clear winner. We call a draw. When Godzilla emerges near Osaka, the initial plan is to lead him away until an intriguing explosion at a refinery turns his attention. Anguillus also emerges, and the pair ignores the onslaught of the JSDF in favor of their personal battle. The pair take out Osaka Castle, and in the end, Godzilla claims victory. Fight record: 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 1 no contest. After a 7-year hiatus, the incumbent emerges from the icy retreat the Japanese left him in. His rival is the great ape from the States, King Kong. Brought to the mainland from Faroe Island, Kong awakens at sea after Godzilla has already emerged in Sendai. The two finally meet, and Godzilla's atomic breath becomes too much to bear. Kong's retreat gives Godzilla the victory. Round 2 occurs after Godzilla is driven back with 1 million volts of electricity, while the gargantuan gorilla is powered by it. After being roofied and airdropped at Mount Fuji, Kong awakes to take on his cold-blooded opponent. The primate's intellect is no match against the sheer strength of Godzilla, who digs a shallow grave for his challenger. Round 2 also goes to Godzilla. Nearly down for the count, the bout shifts into a lightning round, which reignites Kong's appetite for victory. His electric grip gives him the upper hand, and the assault tramples Atame Castle before ultimately ending with both toppling and only King Kong emerging in victory. Fight record: 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest. Shaking off the sparks from Kong's chokeslam, Godzilla goes against a new foe 2 years later. While eventually aligning herself with the radioactive rogue, Mothra's initial encounter is as his enemy. Godzilla was unearthed by a hurricane and finds the egg irresistible. Before he can scramble it, the mother of the enormous insect, Mothra, swoops in. She takes an early lead by sweeping him off of his feet and showering him in yellow dust. A mixture of exhaustion and atomic breath ultimately ends her life. Godzilla stands victoriously. After battling Mother Mothra and a military barrage, Godzilla is struggling to stay on his feet. Enter into the ring Mothra's larvae. Having emerged from the egg, the twins take advantage of the terror of Tokyo. Bobbing and weaving from his breath, the twins take turns stringing up the Titan. Encased in a cocoon, Godzilla tumbles to the sea in defeat. Fight record: 5 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest. In 1964, a mysterious meteor lands in Japan. At the same time, RODAN, a titanic pterodon, erupts from a volcano. Free from his silken binds, Godzilla rises from the sea. Meanwhile, the meteor releases Ghidorah, a golden giant looking to wear a triple crown. Unaware of this threat, Godzilla and RODAN are trading blows. With neither monster in the lead, one of the Mothra larvae halts the fight to convince them to team up against the 3-headed beast. We call this a draw. The trio take on Ghidorah both by land and air. Despite being outnumbered, its gravity beams and sheer size make it formidable. The other monsters struggle to take on Ghidorah individually, but with their combined attacks, it finally retreats. Fight record: 6 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 1 no contest. A year later, astronauts arrive on Planet X and meet an alien race looking for a way to combat the monster plaguing their home, King Ghidorah. They travel to Earth and procure Godzilla and RODAN, both hibernating after their victory. In the shadow of Jupiter, the duo slug it out with the space dragon. Unaffected by Godzilla's blast, they throw boulders and their bodies until Ghidorah flees the scene. Godzilla and RODAN are taken back to Earth, only to be mind-controlled by the backstabbing people of Planet X. Their scheme is halted, releasing the beasts who have a bone to pick with Ghidorah. The two take heads and tails while a storm of lightning stuns them. RODAN raises the stakes when he takes Godzilla and they kamikaze into their enemy. Fight record: 8 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 1 no contest. Following up his space odyssey, Godzilla takes on a threat that rivals his archenemy, Ebirah, horror of the deep, a jumbo shrimp. Sleeping on Lechi Island, Godzilla is awoken by a group of runaway captives. Godzilla plays catch with the crawdad. When splashing and dunking doesn't work on Godzilla, Ebirah retreats. As Godzilla sleeps, an oversized condor attacks. Despite the pecks and bites, he is quickly dispatched by an atomic breath. Big Bird never stood a chance, so we're declaring no contest. Godzilla encounters Ebirah once again and takes to the sea. Ebirah lands a few punches from his pincers, but Godzilla fires back. The undersea scuffle ends when Godzilla wants a taste of his sweet claw meat. Don't play with your food. Not satisfied with crushing a crustacean, Godzilla goes to fight Mothra, who is trying to rescue the captives. While the infant island insect lands a few swings of her wings, She leaves to ensure the people are safe. Godzilla wasn't defeated, nor was he in the lead. We call a draw. Fight record: 10 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws, 2 no contest. And that's where we're going to take a breather. Yes, there are several more Showa-era films, and we will cover them. Godzilla's record isn't spotless, but certainly impressive. Is he the king of the monsters? You decide. Do you agree with our calls? How would you rank his fight record? As always, if you liked this video and think we deserve it,
well, it's big and terrible. More frightening than I ever thought possible.
please subscribe. We also wanted to give a shout out to the winner of our 10,000 subscriber giveaway, Nate, who requested a portrait of Dr. Ray Stantz. Thanks for being such a great fan. Come back every Frightful Friday for a new video. As always, I'm Heidi with Channeling Spirits, and thanks for watching.